We're here at Titchmarsh this week, one of our local reserves. Weather-wise, we're easing very gradually into autumn. Having said that, we've just had a couple of the hottest days of the year so far. But it is autumn now, the harvest is over, so let's head out onto the reserve and see what we can see. It's a little bit cloudy today, but there is some brightness in the sky. Just walking past Brancy Brook now, and there's a lot of this invasive Himalayan balsam. But the bees seem to love it. But it does tend to spread like wildfire. We're just in the North Hyde now, looking out, see what's about. There's a few birds, black-headed gulls, a few great-crested grebe, and we're starting to see widgeon again. And a little egret far off, a mute swan, and a distant grey heron over by the far shore. And fleeting glimpses of long-tailed tits, and this bird, it's actually a chiff-chaff. It'll probably be winging its way to Africa pretty soon, although some warblers do stay here. Really lovely light now, soft sunlight just breaking through. And we've got a very young, pretty rough-looking bullfinch on the teasel. And there's suddenly a cacophony of noise approaching as a huge skein of geese flies into the reserve. These are greylags by the look of it, most of them, anyway. One of the spectacles of autumn and winter, these huge flocks of geese. Looks like there's some Canada geese mixed in too. Okay, moving on now. And the sun is getting stronger, burning its way through the clouds. Just going to walk down past the River Nen. Beautiful walk down there. Really is beautiful now. And come across lots of these butterflies. These are red admiral butterflies. And they're on the fence posts and on the bark of various trees, and I don't think I've ever seen quite so many of these butterflies all at the same time. There's no sign of the leaves turning gold yet. And yet more red admirals on the bushes. Okay, we're in the heronry hide now. Doesn't seem to be much about. It's like a mill pond out there. So calm, the water, and there's movement in the tree there, and it's a great tit. Just foraging for food. There's a lot of these bulrushes here, and you used to get really good views of kingfishers on these from this height, but I haven't seen any for a couple of years. See what else is about. We've got tufted duck out there, and a cormorant just bobbed up in front of us. And this close up you can really see that distinctive green eye. Continuing to walk down by the river, we've got mating dragonflies here. These are mostly migrant hawkers. They're actually hovering in front of me, enabling me to get some footage and a couple of slow motion clips too. Excellent. Carrying on a little bit further down the riverbank. The sun really is out now. Got rose hips on view. It really is a beautiful autumn day now, and this stretch of the river on both sides is popular with walkers, and also with cormorants. All the trees on the far side of the river are where the cormorants roost, and this is Old Winkle Lake looking back in the way we came, and we've got some swallows swooping overhead and some greylags, much smaller flock. Okay, we're here in the South Hyde now, and it sounds like all the warblers have left the reed beds. Looking out on Old Winkle Lake, we've got some gadwall and the obligatory grey squirrel on the feeders, Also got all the usual suspects: greenfinch, chaffinch, blue tit and great tit. But also looking on the blackberry bushes next to the feeders, we've got commas. It's nice to see those. There's 3 or 4 there. Haven't seen those for a long time. And a very tattered looking speckled wood just below us there. And a goldfinch, a rather rough looking goldfinch. And just in the bushes next to the feeders is another chiffchaff. With the warblers, they seem to have a sort of a yellowy green tinge to them. Really nice view of the chiffchaff there. Pleased with that shot. Okay, moving on round the reserve, and a common darter has used my friend Mick's head as a perch. Just passing the trout lake now. We've got a crow preening on the far fence post there. Looks like it could be a young one, and yet more red admirals. Really stunning butterfly. I'm just watching this young calf on the other side of the brook, calling for its mother, I think. She's not too far away. Okay, our last port of call for today, as usual, is the Peter Scott Hyde. Doesn't seem to be much on view from here. Various insects and this green veined white. And that's the end of a really pleasant day. The last couple of times we've been out, I haven't seen anything at all really, but it's not a bad day's nature watching today. I'll see you next time.